Come take a look through the orange lens, my friends. How you doing, folks? Use your force. Positive mental attitude. But it's about balance, right? It's not fake it until we make it. It's grow until we flow. We take the steps. We do the things. We wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, can't sleep, and then 3 o'clock get up and carry on with some mixing. I've been working on someone's track. I finished the mix today. I've still got he might not be happy with the mix I did, so I might have to, redo some things, who knows, but I'm going to run a master on it later, check that tomorrow, and then I'm going to send it off to him and see what he thinks, so that's cool. But yeah, in that hour preceding getting up and doing some work at 3 o'clock in the morning, I went to sleep at 6 and got up at 7:30, so got a little bit of sleep on top of it. I fell asleep early last night, do you know what I mean? Because I've been working on this track, and I was just like, I got into bed about 8:30, 8 o'clock, watching some Swan Bitcoin, just learning about Bitcoin, really, learning about nodes, and yeah, passed out early, woke up early and got on with some work, as you do. But in that hour, I was listening to Micheal. It was actually more like probably 2 hours. Could be an hour and a half, 2 hours, about 2 till 4, 3:30. Anyway, I was watching Micheal Saylor came on. There was an interview. No, I went to a channel. I saw a link to a channel. Can't remember the guy's name. I followed it. I'll chuck it in the links, because he's another person that has some deep Bitcoin content. And it's important we share it, and it's important we think about it, right? Because it's something of value to us. Like, there's so many good reasons. Anyway, Micheal Saylor made this comment that I just liked, right? And I thought I'd share that. He said, how to make the gods laugh, make a plan, right? Which is, there's a certain flow to life, and like that old saying, all the best made plans get laid to waste. Even the best laid plans can get laid to waste. Plan for uncertainty, plan for change, and really that's not plan, that's just preparation, that's just practice, that's just, not letting your mind get into a place whereby, everything needs to go according to this certain plan, and anything that's off the side of that is going to be really dangerous, and well, then that just leads to, detrimental effects that follow it. You could spiral back into an old behavioural pattern or thought pattern, and what fundamentally could have been something great could have got wasted. But he said they had a deep conversation. He was talking about many different things, and he said, you just got to focus on one thing. Like, if you want to be like successful, like he was talking from like a high achiever angle, right? And I'm not really looking to be a high achiever. Like, my goals are to be like an achiever, but like my goals are wider anyway. What I want for myself is fairly small. Even in regards to like, that's bullshit. What I want is not fairly small. What I want is massive. I want revolution. There's things that the reason why I said like what I want is very small was actually because what was going through my mind at the time was just from life, things, stuff, like I can live in a room, like it be my place to sleep, place to work. I go out, I socialise, I get out. It's not like I live in a room 24/7. It's just, I don't need a lot of space. Like, shared bathroom, shared kitchen, I don't need lots of stuff. And like, granted, you know, I could have a missus, you know, and then we'd need something a bit more than that, you know, and that's great. And then I cross that bridge when I come to it, like I have before. But like, you know, especially when I'm on my own, I don't need more in the room, and I'm not greedy as well, so I don't want like some big lavish, you know, high prices to run fucking bullshit crap. I'm not interested in all that crap, you know. I want you know, a reasonable living. You know, I don't have dreams of a castle, other than maybe proposing to someone in it. But you know, I'm not really fussed. I don't need a castle. I need somewhere to rest my head. I need somewhere to get on with some work, you know. So, but Micheal Saylor said, focus on one thing, right? And I thought to myself, how can I, because I know I'm never going to just focus on one thing. I like focusing on at least 3 things and enjoying it. I may not be the best of the best, but like in the building trade, I'm a jack of all, right? Master of none. I'm good with, like that sort of life, right? I don't need to be Neo, you know. I said to my mate the other day, I was just joking around, right? But I was like, I'm more like fucking Morpheus than Neo. I was like, I'm not the one, right? But I've always wanted to share, open people's eyes to things, you know. And that's really what Morpheus does. But it was just being playful, right? It's not like, but you know, we make these things, don't we? So anyway, what did I write? So just focus on one thing. Micheal Saylor said. Well, that'd be tricky. But how can we bring this into my way of being? Just focus on one thing. Well, revolution is one thing. Revolution of the mind. Revolution of the emotions. Revolution of the body. Maybe revolution of the soul. I mean, if I'm focusing on revolution, that can get applied to many different places, can't it? I'm just focusing on revolution, though. You know, from the internal revolution, the external revolution can really arrive. You know, maybe a revolution of money. Bitcoin! You know it, right? Seriously, get yourself a wallet, right? I don't care what wallet it is, whether it's what is it, Exodus, you know, Coinbase wallet, Blue wallet, Bitcoin wallet. You know, there's all types of wallets, right? I want a Lightning wallet. I need to get that sorted. That's sort of like, I've been sort of like getting ready to get my node set up. I just want to try and do my best shot first shot, you know. I don't want to have to uninstall, reinstall any of that jargon crap, because like I've done enough of that on my own computer to feed me a lifetime. Revolution of money. Bitcoin's got that ability to it. All we've got to do is put our money into it, and that is a vote. I don't like what you're offering me. I'm going this way. And what happens once we take control of money, of our money? What happens when we make a choice with our money, with our lifestyle, right? Because really, by putting our fiat currency into Bitcoin, we're training ourselves on saving. We're training ourselves on living under our means. We're training ourselves on patience. You know, we're training ourselves on looking at a bigger picture. You know, and people saying Bitcoin, right? Like Bitcoin will change you, right? It'll make you this, it'll make you that, and like many of the things that people say, I was anyway. Self-awareness brought me to that. You know, self-development. You know, coupled self-awareness and self-development. But I'm really interested to see how Bitcoin changes me, because you know, everything that we collide with in life will change us in a certain way, because it's a new interaction, and once we've had that interaction, we're never the same again. We can't be, right? So it's every interaction of every day has the ability to change us in one way or another. So the external revolution of money, Bitcoin. And then once we have control of our money, we can have a revolution of governance, a revolution of government. What is that structure? How does it serve? Who does it serve? When and why? And how does Bitcoin especially play a hand in a revolution of governance? Because once we have control of money, once we are investing into a new way and saying, no, we totally fundamentally stand against your wars, we totally fundamentally stand against your oppression, suppression and dominance. No, we are saying no, right? Bitcoin, you are getting to a point, and within a couple of years you're gonna be able to live off of it, right? Whether you use it itself or whether you hold the Bitcoin as the asset and then you just borrow against it. There's ways and means. But what happens when we've got that control? Right, the government and the banks and their money printing doesn't mean anything, does it? It's dwindled. Their power isn't so strong because we've gone ahead and just taken it right back. We don't need their printing money, their debt, because we're not getting in debt. We're hodling or saving, to the newbie or uninitiated, right? You save hard. You don't let go of that shit. You go, no. This is for strength of global community and for future generations. Support the new way, right? And then you don't just do it in one manner and one fashion. Like everything's connected, right? One affects the other. Every interaction you have in your day, in your waking and sleeping experience, changes you in one way or another. So we can push change upon the government and force respect out of them. And upon that, the reform will be beautiful. Who knows what, how, right? Like, I don't get into like the hows. I get into what do we need, let's go. You know, you've got to... There's so much looking forward you need to do, and there's so much looking backwards you need to do. But, you know, most of the attention should really be in what we're doing, not in what we could, would or should, or have or did or didn't. You know, awareness of back there, awareness of there, but really focused on what can we do here and now. I think that breeds more empowerment for us all. We're close to the end. All right, so, you know, revolution, the external revolution, you know, of governance, the external revolution of education, the external revolution of the food and drinks chain, right? The external revolution of planet-friendly tech. We can push that forward so much faster, you know? The more we work on ourselves, the more energy we have to do externally, you know? It's like working out, right? I didn't want to work out. I was feeling a little bit less energized, but I said to myself every morning this week, without fail, I'm doing weights earlier. You know, instead of doing it maybe 3 times in the week, maybe 4, maybe 5, I'm like, no, this week it's every day. And I did it, so I was happy with myself. But also, it's the energy you get from it. It's worth doing. So maybe the revolution of ideas. That's the one we're leaving it on. Use the force, positive mental attitude, be kind with your thoughts to yourselves, like you would for others, keep loving your hearts for yourselves, like you would for others, and let's get it. Get what, John? awareness course. Peace in.